Hello, everybody, and welcome back. There's more tomb to explore. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Let's look at.
Point of order. Like we just took a rest, right? So we gotta do like food or whatever.
No, I made mush.
Except that mush is disgusting, and I don't want it.
Then put honey on it.
No, like she's like, nope, can't eat it, won't eat it, don't even want it near me. Get it away from me. It's gross.
I'm sorry. I was under the impression that you all wanted me to provide food so that we did not have to pay for.
Yeah, the others can eat it. I don't even want to look. Just looking at it makes me feel really gross. I don't even want to look at it.
Little Fox comes over and just like grabs your chin.
Oh no!
And like looks at you and like opens your eye. Like she's just like, okay, something's wrong with Ishi. She doesn't want to eat food. Something has gone horribly wrong.
What's happening?
I use lesser restoration on Malik if he's still deaf. Are you still deaf?
It's still the same day, right?
No, it's the next day.
This is the evening.
This is evening. Yeah, you're eating.
This is Ishi refusing to eat.
Malik is absolutely
well, then I
deaf.
don't have it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Little Fox, I would like to do a medicine check on Ishi to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay. Yeah.
Didn't Ishi eat like several day old pocket soup?
Wow. Okay. It's broad.
There's a broad range, but I get a 20.
Dr. Little Fox, there's nothing physically wrong with her.
I don't even get away. I don't even want to be near it.
Like opens her mouth and like looks down her throat.
Like she is like visibly struggling to get
trying to squirm away from you.
You're holding her, but she's like, I don't want to be
I'm insulted.
So yeah, nothing is wrong with her.
No, not physically.
Ishi,
Yeah, and Little Fox just like crosses her arms and looks skeptically at Ishi.
I don't want it. I don't want it. Just keep it over there.
You don't have to eat.
Little Fox, can you give me one of the biscuits or something? That would be better.
And she's like at the far side of the little camp.
I'm like on the other side of the camp, like away from where the prepared feast of gruel is.
Right?
Can someone tell me what's happening?
This is like a whole thing. It's great.
Yeah, like I'm watching them just like do this charade. It's like, is Ishi sick? I have no idea. What
I write down in my journal like Ishi doesn't like my food
anymore.
That's because it tastes disgusting.
And so Little Fox like sighs and goes over and like gets out the mess kit and like, because she has to cook now. He's gonna be like, no, you have to make me dinner.
She is like sitting poutily on the opposite side of the camp, trying to stay away from wherever the gruel is.
Yeah, and like trembling a little bit.
Like actually like very far away from it. Yeah, like doesn't even want to look at it. Like,
you know, like when like a dog will get scared of an inanimate object for no reason. It's like that, like afraid of pine cones.
Like takes whatever container that he's put the mush into, and he like puts his like finger into it, and he goes.
It tastes like it always does. Yeah.
I flavor mine every day.
It's not that bad.
Yes, it is. I know that's what you're saying. It is that bad.
Little Fox comes over to Ishi with like this little bowl of soup, and like it's made with like stuff that she had been saving. Like there's a bunch of like nicer food bits. And she just like plops it down in front of you and sits and like watches you eat it. And there's
just so you have a mental image of where I'm at, like Ishi is on the opposite side of like a little rock outcropping or like the remnants of a wall or something. On the opposite side from where the porridge is, she's
like a physical barrier.
Like putting something between her and the bland porridge.
You have the burning wheel trait, fear of porridge.
Yeah.
Fear of wet noises or whatever.
But she takes a little bowl of soup that you've prepared and like eats it. You know, like trying to not make any eye direction towards the soup over there. Like it's very intensely like, no, I don't want to even look at it.
Yeah.
And Little Fox is just like, why? What's wrong?
I don't like it. I don't want it. It's just gross and a little bit scary. I mean, she makes it with magic. What happens when the magic runs out? Does it just leave my stomach? It's very. I don't know what. I've been eating it for days.
For a point of order, Arcturus, he.
Yep.
Been several times to this session. I was just reminded.
Yeah, and Little Fox.
Sorry if I messed it up.
But you always eat it. You never complain.
Yeah, but I don't want to now. I can't even. Oh! Don't make me think about it. It's gross.
Arcturus is like sitting like where he was sitting that you're now really far away from, like listening and just getting like poutier.
Oh.
And Little Fox like taps the bowl and just says 20 days, then no more.
Yeah.
Think about it.
It's okay.
And like gets up and walks away, just basically being like, yeah, I'll put up with this behavior, but like you're fucking up. Don't die of starvation on this trip because you don't want to eat the porridge. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And she sleeps like a slightly away from the group in this little like private little behind the rock.
So that night, Ishi, as you sleep, you have horrible dreams about an enormous fish wearing a chef's hat and like an apron drowning you in a giant bowl of flavorless mush.
I believe that there's like, if anybody's awake,
like a big catfish with like droopy whiskers.
Whoever's doing the
whoever's on watch while Ishi's asleep just hears like, no, not the porridge.
Yeah, it's Little Fox on watch, and she's just like,
get away from me, big fish. You know, like,
listening to this, like, what is happening to me?
I don't want to swim in porridge.
And like Nubub just sitting there like rubbing his little hands here, looking at you like, oh my god, is it gonna be okay? Is she gonna be okay?
Oh, Nubub.
So you you wake to the rain the next day, and feeling like confused. Malik, you are still deaf as hell. Ishi, you see, like somebody putting away the bowls from last night, and you shudder in the thought of the porridge that once occupied them.
I'm the last watch, so as soon as
the porridge is gone, right?
It's mercifully gone.
I mean, I've put away my day's rations, so, but yeah, I like as soon as Malik gets up, I'm like, birds, insects, anything.
Hello.
And then I motion you over. I'm like, come here. And I think that this is this touch. Yeah. I'll motion you over and be like, get over here, you dork.
Okay. All right. So you use lesser restoration and you cure Malik of his deafness. Suddenly, Malik, the whole loud pummeling sound of the rain and like your own breathing and the jungle just suddenly like rushes back over you.
Oh no! I changed my mind. Take it back away.
Sorry, I didn't prepare. Deafen. Oh, that's a spell. Oh, it was mad. Oh.
What even happened? I couldn't hear for a whole day. What was that? Was there a creature in there I didn't see?
I don't know what caused it, but deafen is a possible result of magic. Did you touch something?
No.
You touched things. You touched many things.
It did feel like a weird place though. Could have just been the place, maybe.
Well, nothing happened to me or Little Fox. Did you both touch something?
What?
Are you all right, Ishi? Can I cast lesser restoration on Ishi too?
Did you memorize? Oh yeah, you don't have to memorize like individual spells. Yeah, you can cast another spell. Sure.
Yeah, I cast it on Ishi too. Do you feel better?
I mean, you feel pretty much the same as you were before.
What am I supposed to feel?
I feel fine. I take my day's ration of gruel out of my bag, like wave it in your face.
So can you? So how long does your goo last? The stuff that you
it lasts for 24 hours.
A day. Yeah.
Okay, make a wisdom saving throw, Ishi.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, it's 45 pounds of food, and it lasts 16. For 24 hours.
Okay, you can control yourself, but you're terrified.
Salty mush.
Terrifying mush.
Are you feeling better? And you wave this bag of mush in her face, and she's like, ah! Like it backs up a whole bunch, like back to where her little camp is, and like hides behind the wall.
Little Fox is suddenly there batting your hand down, Arcturus.
Sorry. I thought that it might help. It helped Malik with his ear thing. Whatever.
It didn't feel any worse than usual. I mean, like I told you, it's always tasted terrible. What's the big situation?
I don't feel bad. I just don't want to see or imagine or think about or be close to the weird squishy gruel. There was a big fish. It tried to drown me in it. It was horrible.
Everybody just go ahead and mark inspiration if you haven't already. This whole thing is ridiculous.
Okay.
I knew by the way, as soon as you
Packing up.
knew this, I knew I was picking the gruel.
So good. I knew you'd do something, so I was just waiting for you to pick. It's so good.
Okay,
There
my
is no
proposition
Ishi, only gruel.
for today is to cross the river here.
Wait.
So this is us with like our little map that we've drawn.
Little
and
box.
like
We
pointing.
were told by, I don't remember who. Oh, right, that tiny dragon, that there were kobolds to the north. Since Ishi's feeling doesn't like, since Ishi's upset, maybe kobolds would help.
I'm not upset. I'm talking about how I'm upset. You're reminding me of the gruel by reminding me of the thing that I. Oh.
Yeah. Kobold barf is very, very rare because kobolds will eat anything. They're like goats. So, if you can nauseate a kobold, that's significant.
It's not rare that they barf. It's
No.
just rare that the barf remain uneaten.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, you don't want to waste it.
Yeah.
I just.
Well, we can
But
go
I-
either of those two ways.
I
don't
would
care.
I would like to see some other kobolds if they're here.
The tiny dragon said they were to the north, and I know that you liked the tiny dragon. I'm just.
Yes,
Alright,
let's go that way. Good plan. I like
Alright.
this.
So you want to head back. How do you want to get there? Do you want to move?
Probably just along the.
Okay. Are you trying to move stealthily, or do you just go back to the road and then walk up the road, or some combination of the two?
I mean, we probably like alongside the road, stealthily in the shadows.
The
Stealthily.
road's like
for
elevated,
us.
right?
The road is
Yeah.
elevated. Yep.
So can we just like walk alongside it? Yeah, instead of like on top.
Yeah.
of
Everybody
it?
make a stealth check.
Arcturus is doing his like I'm very sneaky kind
Generally
of.
yelling it doesn't help.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's a 3. That's the kind of sneaky that Arcturus is. I have disadvantage, but it's a 3. Like,
Okay.
how much worse could it get?
Orvex gets a 7, so at least he's not the worst. Okay, all right. So you make your way over and start heading up the way here, and then you get to this next little district that you've marked off. Where would you like to begin your search?
What's that very large building? I like it.
Which one?
The
This
very
one?
large building.
Oh, this whole like complex of buildings. Yeah, you could cross over here and then go that way.
It's
Yeah,
so
why-
large and imposing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sure. Yeah, if somebody wants to roll to see what's in there.
Does somebody else want to lead the way, or am I still leading the way?
I will lead the way now,
Cool.
Okay.
because you cannot be trusted with your hatred of porridge.
I can't be trusted because I'm scared of porridge. Oh.
I mean, yes, suddenly scared of porridge is,
Yeah.
significant.
You don't know. To be fair, it would be weird to narrow it down and not expect there to be other side effects.
Adam, the other one from before is gone, right?
Yes.
Like, yeah. Okay.
Okay, 79. So in this like large cluster of buildings, looks like it might have been like a temple at one point, but it's been actively like torn down. So it's just sort of the framework and foundations of the building, some facades, but inside it's been like intentionally rummaged. And a long time ago, Malik, you can tell that this was probably a ruin before Omu like went into its bad time. But searching this area, you find. Let's see here. Some artifacts, some items. So you find 4 objects of Omuan art, each worth 25 gold if you were to sell them. Kind of the same as before. Mostly like pottery or statuary. Some stuff that you once you brush the dirt and muck off of it, you figure you could probably sell it for a decent amount when you return to civilization.
All right, I will add those to the pile. I now have 8 art objects.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
It seems like our diligence is paying off finally.
Okay. All right. Where to now? So this whole section is like clear now.
By the time we get through this building, I'm like snacking. I'm snacking on my gruel and like trying pointedly to stay away from Ishi.
You are obsessed with cookies, like to the point that they become part of your RP now. That is.
Do you remember Saris and the biscuits?
We're gonna go this way, through these buildings, through this little copse of trees.
Oh, and up into this section, or
and up into this section here.
Ishi's actually watching you snack on the gruel a little bit, and it's like getting a little closer to you, like.
Don't look. Don't.
No, it's okay. Can I? Would it be okay if I had a little bit of that?
I thought it made you sick. You were throwing up before.
No, but like now I kind of want some.
You have to apologize.
I'm sorry. Can I have some?
You're sorry for what?
Being scared of gruel.
She's giving you the big grovel eyes.
You can tell there's like tears.
Yeah, in fact, it's very hard for you to resist. Like, if you want to say no, you might have to make a roll because kobolds are very good at this.
No, I see the big sad eyes, and I, like take some of the like tofu kind of consistency stuff. I'm like, oh, here, I felt really bad because
I don't even bother to bowl it out. I just like scoop it. Yeah, I'm like.
Right, imagine it's kind of like you could grab it. Like with a hand, and it would just kind of
like drip a little bit. Yeah, exactly. But she like scoops
like ice cream.
It's like a Dairy Queen where they do the thing where they flip the blizzard upside down. Every time you get a bowl of gruel, you flip it upside down to show that
it's honestly just like the softest possible tofu, and it tastes slightly like seaweed.
Yep. No,
it's like ocean tofu.
It's good.
That sounds pretty legit.
So you're little fox. You're leading the way, and you see ahead of you in this little area an overturned wagon lies on the street ahead. Rotting flower petals litter the ground around it, and you can see a bee's nest growing in its broken wheels. A freshly cut garland of jungle flowers hangs from the wagon's tongue, which I think is the front part that sticks out.
Yeah, the part that you would then hitch the...
Someone has hung a fresh garland of jungle flowers. It's flipped over, so it's like, wagon with the little thing, and there's like bees. You can hear the buzzing of bees.
Orvex, your wizards don't, trap people with beautiful flowers.
They're wizards, not apiarists.
I don't know.
What's an apiarist?
Someone who likes monkeys. Don't worry about it.
Isn't the word ape? And then Arcturus does this like breakdown of the
Orvex looks at Malik and like rolls his eyes.
Yes, very odd. Anyway, the cart. Been here for a long time, if that's green here. But I wonder why someone's still preoccupied with it. Do we want to check it out? Little fox, maybe? Since you're the least likely to get stung.
And she like shrugs and just says, look in the buildings. Maybe they live around here. And then goes over to the wagon.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
So you walk over to the wagon. You don't necessarily like see or notice anything. I make a nature check.
I mean, is there the buzzing of bees?
Yeah, but like not like wasps, and they're not angry. It's like big, fat, like furry. Because this is a world where bees are not going extinct, unlike our own. Big, healthy, fat bumblebees, basically.
I wish bees weren't going extinct.
I know, seriously.
I get a 19.
Okay. It is unusually like bright. A lot of the stuff around here is like struggling to live. It's either drowning from all the rain, or like this is not a healthy jungle. It's overgrown and kind of like rotting from within. But in about a 10-foot like circle around this wagon, the grass is like a lush emerald. You can smell honey in the air. Everything in a circle around this wagon is just like growing healthy and good.
Cool. So is it like a covered wagon or a...
It would be like a wagon with two benches on either side that you could fit like 4 people in, and then like a horse or 2 horses might pull it, but it's flipped over. So there's
a kind of thing where someone might have talked about juniper berries.
Yes, wagon. Exactly. Prisoners were brought here to Skyrim.
Right.
You're a long way from home, I'm afraid.
Okay, yeah. So there's like nothing in the wagon. It's just flipped over. It's got a bee's nest.
Yeah.
Yeah, there might be some, like, if it's up slightly, there might be something underneath it if it's flipped, right?
Yeah, so she'll do a quick, turn around of the wagon, and she like looks at the flowers.
So you walk up to it, and yeah, I mean, flipping the wagon over will disturb the bees.
She doesn't flip the wagon over. She does it like a
like
around,
to try to look underneath,
just to like see it from all angles and see what's up. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, you see layers of like dead flowers strewn around. Many of them woven into shapes. You see one on the other side. There's a little bundle of twigs that's been tied together into the shape of like a stick figure, and then that's been covered in flowers, but it's all dead. And there's like a stratum of like dead flower petals, a little pile around the whole wagon. And you peer underneath, and you think you spot the edge of something stone, like lying in the grass, but the wagon's mostly on top of it. Something buried in the mud underneath, covered in moss.
What do you think, little fox?
She'll get in close and try to like get a good look at this thing.
Okay, all right. So the bees buzz irritatedly, but they don't like. You're not hitting the like poking the hive or anything. And so there's this like
she's being very respectful.
This beautiful golden sweet smelling honeycomb covering one side and like underneath. And it's even despite like the rain and the lack of sun, it's like practically glowing. And then underneath, covered in moss and mud, half buried, you see a circular stone disc. Concentric rings of inscription cover its surface. Some seem to be written in common. Others are etched in a jagged cuneiform.
And it's the kind of thing where I would have to mess up this wagon to get at this thing.
Unless you can think of a way to get it out of here without disturbing the wagon. Yeah.
I've changed plenty of car tires. If you just hold the wagon up a little bit.
Somebody might be able to sneak under there and pull it free, yeah.
Some small friend of mine who likes digging also.
Yeah, I guess I could. I'm a little worried about the bees, however.
So she motions for Ishii to come over.
Okay, what's up?
And she like points at the wagon and says something under the wagon.
Yeah, and you can see it, Ishii.
Can't you talk to the bees?
I talk to the bees. I lift the wagon a little. You go inside, get the disc, bring it out.
Oh, okay, sounds good.
Maybe dig a little, and she makes like a kobold digging hand motion. And she like pulls out a shovel as well. So here's my plan, Adam.
Yeah, hit me.
And let me know if I'm picturing this right. So there's the disc, there's the wagon on top of the disc.
Yeah.
The wagon is like slightly up off the ground.
Yeah.
Over the disc. It's not just like
yeah, there's probably like one wheel that's still like half on, so the wagon's tipped slightly, so you can peer under. Because if it were right on top of you, you wouldn't be able to see it at all.
It's like this kind of shape.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the disc down here. So Little Fox is gonna dig at the edge of the disc area.
Yeah.
A little trench so that Ishii can get in there and like get the disc out without needing to disturb the wagon.
So you want to dig under so you can like drag it out.
Pull it out under.
Okay, yeah.
Disturb the wagon.
Yeah, I feel that. Okay.
And all the while she's digging, she's just like humming under her breath in Sylvan to the bees to like keep them chill.
Yeah, like, yo, it's okay. I'm not here to mess with your stuff.
Yeah, exactly. She's just kind of doing some soothing, cooing sounds for the bees.
All right. So I feel like there's a roll here, but I don't know what it is.
Animal handling?
Well, because it's less about that. It's more about like being delicate and not wrecking the.
Me to do a lock picking?
Well, Little Fox has to dig first to set it up, and then if Little Fox does a good job, it'll give you advantage, right?
Okay.
So Little Fox, just make an athletics roll, I think, for just like digging well.
Okay.
It's just a physical activity roll.
I'll spend inspiration to dig good. Here I go. I dig so good. I got
nice. You got 23. Okay. Yeah. So it absolutely sets you up.
I'll try and sleight of hand.
Yeah, sleight of hand is perfect. Yep.
Yeah, like out from. I have so many sleight of handy characters. Yeah. 28.
Nice. Oh yeah, no problem. So you scoop it out of there. The wagon doesn't move a centimeter. It just like there's a slight groove now, and you pull it out of there. And it's got that kind of like, you disturb some worms, and it's got that kind of like damp loam stuck to it as you drag it out. It is heavy as fuck. So you get in there, you start moving it. I need you to make an athletics check, Ishi, because you're like, all right, here we go, I'm ready. You don't disturb it. You sneak underneath, you put your hands on it, and you're like, and it's really heavy.
Sure, yeah.
And I was gonna say, is it the kind of thing that Little Fox can help out with, or is it like? Totally
so this is what you see. Like, describe Ishi struggling with the disc here. Like, what does it look like? Ishi's like all ready to go.
Ishi's got like this little tunnel, and there's that moment of like, you know, when small creatures that are good at digging do like the little like underneath, like, and there's a little compressing sort of thing. So there's kind of that motion going on, and then you can just see her tail out from the wagon with her little like back like feet, and you can just hear her going like. Like trying to pull the thing. There's like a little scrabbling motion of her like feet on the ground
she's like trying to get a good
there's no purchase, so there's just like this little wagging like kobold tail and back feet like trying to like pull, but nothing is happening.
I mean, so it's clear, Little Fox, that Ishi's got a good grip on it, but it's just not strong enough, and you see her little red scaly tail flapping around.
Yeah, there's a clear thing where like Little Fox just reaches down and grabs Ishi's butt and just like pulls on her.
Okay. All right, you make an athletics check to drag it out of there.
Using our special kobold-based clamp technology.
Yeah, I mean, basically, Ishi just acts as the clamp. Holds on tight.
I got a 16.
Okay, it takes some work. Like, you got to brace your feet and use both hands. We got a whole giant turnip thing going on here.
I'm like holding this thing with both hands, and I've got like a crocodile clamp on it. Like,
yeah, and then Little Fox like has her hands around your torso and is just like pulling on you.
And it's slowly like, and then you yank it free. So it's about total. It's about 3 feet in diameter, and it weighs about 200 pounds. It's like a. I don't know, like an oversized, like a sewer manhole cover, but made of stone. And it weighs 200 pounds. And you finally like yank it out of there, and then there it is. It has these like concentric circles, and I think by now Arcturus, Malik, and Orvex have all come to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and they'll be the ones who can actually tell us what this thing is.
So you yank it out, and and Orvex looks at it. And he's like, fascinating.
What does it say in common?
So it's the same message, far as you can tell, written in Old Omuan, and in common, which is interesting because now you can correlate like letters and words.
Rosetta Stone.
Yeah.
I write it down in my notebook.
So in common and in Old Omuan, it reads, Queen Napaka proclaims that the free people of Omu fear nothing. Brave new gods protect us, as Ubtao did before but does no longer. Omu will rise again, and Napaka shall reclaim all that is hers by right of conquest.
I write it all down in my journal, and I'm like mumbling like Napaka. I wonder if it sounds very much like that one human we met with the Aarakocra. Same attitude, must be family.
Was it helpful? My teeth hurt.
And does this thing smell like magic? Like Little Fox is like putting her hands on it.
Yes. Yeah. The object itself isn't magical, but it has the glow of magic about it. Kind of in the way that like an animal will rub its scent on something. Something magical has been like all over this thing recently. But it itself is not a magical object.
And while I am detecting magic, is there anything else within 30 feet that is magic?
The whole area has that same magic.
There's like some ambient.
Yeah.
What school of magic is it of, Adam? Or is this like general magic?
It would be, I don't know, is transmutation still a thing? I think it'd be that. Yeah.
Okay, so some kind of transformative magic took place upon this.
Yeah, something like that.
Cool. Great.
What does you said there were flowers on was it like a flower wreath of some sort?
That was hung on the wagon, yeah.
Can I like look at them?
Yeah, they're flowers. like orchids and other jungle flowers.
Like, is it like it's a wreath? You said.
A laurel, I believe, is described as a garland.
A garland. Are there like bees swarming all over it, or
Not
is
like
it, like
swarming all over it, but like yes, it's flowers, and bees are like, "Yo, what up, flower?"
Can I take the garland off of the wagon?
Yes, if you want.
Can I wear it?
I guess so. Sure.
Why?
Nice.
What is the point of all of this?
I don't know. We're
Why
exploring.
were they hiding this big rock under a...
I mean, one of the wheels is broken.
Why be-
It might have just.
inconveniently tipped over this magical? And I raised my eyebrow as like...
Yeah, and Little Fox like nods because she's like sniffing the air and looking at this thing.
Rock.
Arcturus also smells.
Hopefully there are going to be some clues inside that big compound over there. Otherwise, this is just odd. I have no idea.
So, Orvex is looking at it, and he looks at you, Little Fox, and he says, I suppose it would be too much to ask for you to carry this around. I know some people in Port Nyanzaru who would love to see it. And this could completely change the way that we see Old Omuan. Translation would be... It's very valuable, but it also looks very heavy.
If I wasn't
I've
allowed
written
to
it
take
down.
that statue back at the river, then you're not allowed this big rock.
I
No,
don't
I've
want it
written
for
it down.
myself. The cultural value alone.
Malik has some charcoal and paper. You could take a rubbing.
Oh, yes, of course, do that.
Take a lot of sheets of paper, but yeah, basically they could make like
Yeah, and he says,
picture.
I suppose.
Why don't you stay and do that? We're going to look around the houses around here.
And he nods. I'll shout if there's any trouble.
Sounds good.
Like checking on your teeth to see if they
Are
wiggle.
you all right, Ishi? Do you need? And I like do the whole I vague hand motions of healing magic. Like, do you need like?
No, I'm okay. That thing was heavy, and I bit it to try and drag it. This is a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Arcturus pets his new garland.
Okay.
All right. Do you want us to roll for checking out sets of buildings?
Yeah, so it'll take a while. I think probably like the better part of 2 hours. And Orvex is like studying the thing. He's like just nerding out over this stone. Yeah, go ahead and roll. Give me the D100. Okay, yeah, you don't find anything in really this whole vicinity, like this entire kind of upper block. You take the time to explore everything around here.
Including that walled-in.
Yeah, that walled-in area is just like those 3 plots are like they would have been a garden or a field at some point, and then a big manor house, kind of like a plantation house with a wall around it. And no, it's totally abandoned, and that's why it takes so long. Because you have to go through like floor to floor, and like in some places like hop across like places where the floor is collapsed in. But about 2 hours in, like as you're like, all right, I don't think there's anything. You hear a high pitched like ah from the courtyard.
Well, of course, we come running.
Yeah, so you come running, and with his back against the wall, looking pale and terrified, pointing at the stone, you see Orvex, and he's just like, I saw something! The spirit, or a ghost, perhaps. Oh, my. Oh, I just about had a heart attack.
What kind of spirit?
I don't know, a masked creature of some kind. I could see right through it. And terrible black thing. Oh.
Wait. A black masked. Was it yay high?
And he nods. Yes, it had the face of a skull or a beast or something with long fibrous tendrils for hair floating as though it were in the water. It stared at me from the stone and then vanished.
Those are the Chewinga.
The what?
The Chewinga.
Oh, the Chewinga are here.
Ooh.
And he shakes his head and he gets up. He says, "You know about these things?"
Yeah, they helped us a whole bunch, like a couple
I'm
of places.
surprised you don't, actually. That's a gap in the knowledge for you.
He says,
Well-known spirits around here.
"I don't know what a chewinga is. I'm a scholar. I know
It's
about
what-
languages, not monsters."
I searched
what
nearby
you just
bushes
saw.
for a Chewinga.
Okay.
It's a small
make an
blackish
investigation check.
creature with a masked face. They wear different
Well,
masks.
I don't know. It could have been a kobold or a goblin or something, or the tiny dwarf,
And
or a
you
halfling.
You also yell when you see halflings?
You obviously don't know the halflings I've known.
Obviously not.
You don't. You do not find anything.
No, I don't find any chewingas. No.
The way that thing stared at me, I'll have nightmares.
Did it offer you anything?
He shakes his head. No, I saw it. And I shouted to frighten it off, and then it went away.
I point at Ishi's weird, like, face scar freckle thing. I'm like, it gave Ishi a boon.
I don't care. I don't want to be around tiny ghosts. Ugh, God, the thing was disgusting. Ugh.
Yeah. It probably
Alright.
thinks the same of you.
I'm gonna draw a circle on the map here to indicate where the big plate is.
Uh-huh.
Sick.
And I guess we move on.
Okay.
I think so, yeah.
All right.
Check out this block over here. Unless people want to go chewinga hunting.
Well, what about this? Did we check this out?
Yeah, we did. There's nothing there.
Yeah, that's the big plantation house
Okay.
I was describing.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I'd look around for them, but I feel like they usually come out when they feel like it, so I wouldn't.
Yeah, they're one of those things that like appears when they want to appear, not when you want to find them.
Yeah, fair. Okay, so you're gonna cross over. Sorry, I'm moving your circle so I can get a hold of Ishi. There we go. So you want to cross over and start exploring this neighborhood over here?
Yes.
Okay.
please.
Yeah, it's like mid-afternoon. So so you leave, and Ishi, you get the distinct feeling as you leave that area that you are being watched. Like you just have this like somebody, and you look around, and you don't see anything, but you feel like, and like the kobold feeling of it, not just like someone's around here, but that like something powerful has cast its eyes upon you.
Little chewinga, are you here? If anybody's like standing near Ishi while we're walking along, she's like talking to herself a little bit, being like, "Hello, anything? No. Oops."
All right, so you wanna search this lovely marsh side property. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's on
somebody
the water. It's really an up and coming neighborhood.
Yeah, get yourself a jet ski.
There's that nice new coffee shop that opened.
Look, listen,
around
the
the
real
way.
estate's real cheap because in a year it'll be flooded by.
Yep. Okay, yeah, go ahead and make a roll. We'll say like these 4 buildings you can search in the next little bit before the day's over. Okay.
I get a 2.
Nice. You don't find anything in this set of buildings. You move down south. Starts to get dark.
Yeah, just as a question, as we're overlooking this, you said it's marshy as opposed to like a river.
So it's like it's a combination of both. There's some places where it's like swamp. It's like a swamp. So like you would need a boat to traverse across it.
Okay, yeah, I was kind of wondering. Whether
Varying degrees of mushiness. The closer you get to the water, the mushier it gets. It's not like a clear demarcation, but it is in the middle. It's like actually like a river, and then the further out to the banks you get, the more marshy and swampy it gets.
Interesting.
Cool. And so you finish with this little like vicinity by the end of the day, and you find yourselves down here on the beach. There's like mosquitoes buzzing around and chunks of ruin sticking up from the flooded part of the city.
Is it watery enough to go swimming?
I mean, I guess like so's the Hudson River, but
I mean,
Ugh.
this is Arcturus. He's gotten throat leeches how many times?
that doesn't make it okay. Yeah, I mean, if you want to go for a swim in the gross water, you're welcome
Yes,
to.
Arcturus would like to go for a swim and see if there's any fish to be hunted.
Okay, sure. Make a survival check.
Okay.
No,
No fish.
there are no fish to be found.
That's okay. He just wanted to swim.
Okay. All right.
He very carefully places his flower garland on top of his armor before he goes swimming.
Okay. So the next, you make camp for the night, and the next day, the rain clears up, and much to your chagrin, it is dry and sunny.
Elf,
Worst.
please.
Worst
Chumbawamba is hunted.
Yeah, you can't kill them. They will not die.
They get knocked down and then they get up again.
Yeah, they're unstoppable. It's worse than the Tarrasque.
Like we're never gonna keep them down, okay?
Yeah, it's all that drinking they do. It makes them invulnerable to damage.
Just so anybody on YouTube has any idea what we're talking about, I said it in chat because some other people were making jokes about chewinga
and chimichangas.
Yeah. All right. So the next day, you're it's dry and sunny. Time to set out. Where do you want to go?
Let's do this.
That cool fancy one. Oh, that's where the monster is.
No, we're doing this middle one first.
Let's do this
less fancy one.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not dino time quite yet.
I want dino time.
You say that. Okay.
You said dino time, and I just thought dino riders, and
nice.
I thought dino nuggets.
Yeah. Okay, Adam, you know what I'm talking about.
I know dino riders.
Harness the power.
Okay. So you want to head up through this district and into this sort of like larger building?
Sure.
Okay. Make a percentile check for me.
Friends, who is doing that? Okay.
I got an 89.
Okay. 89 dudes. So in this building, I think 89 is more signs of veggie pygmies. And this looks like it stinks. It smells like dung when you get in here. It smells like dinosaur poop in this area. And
flashbacks.
And it looks like it's a pen or a corral where they would keep and grow their little like thorny rider things, their little like creatures that the veggie pygmies ride on. It is daytime though, so they are not present. But you can see like one of the areas where there would be a door. They have a makeshift gate they've made out of wood and like tied it off, but it's open right now. And there's piles of mushrooms and fungus growing kind of all over the place.
I wonder how the Vegapygmy and the UNT coexist here.
Yeah, you actually haven't really seen UNT, like aside from the first little ambush at the beginning. You don't really see much else.
Yeah, I thought we were going to have to avoid the roads a little more. But...
Well, regardless, I don't think that. The last place we looked through that the Vegapygmy had been to, they had cleared it out of all valuables. So perhaps we should move on.
Yes. I've got a good feeling about this specific building.
Yeah, that's where you want to head next.
Is it because of the walls?
Okie doke.
I mean, Dave's important places test was successful. It is indeed another shrine. So let me take you to it.
Does it look like some red wizards have been here?
Baby.
All right, so let me just double check which one this is. This is number 12. All right, so
a shrine of not a puzzle. Oh.
Okay, so this one you approach from the south. I'll grab your tokens. Let's delete some of the extra versions of you instead of making hella copies. Okay, so
we could bring some hella into this game.
So let's see. They are
which one is it?
12. This one.
Okay. Up, yeah.
So give me a sec to drag you over there. Okay. So there you go. Do everybody find themselves? You know where you are now?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
All right. So let me read the description as you approach this shrine. So carvings of monkeys hanging by their tails decorate two cracked obelisks that stand before a shrine enclosed by broken walls. Past the obelisks is a courtyard filled with horsetails and arum lilies. 5 archways open into darkness at the base of the ruin. Mounted above the central arch is a stone plaque bearing a cuneiform inscription.
Ooh, can I try and translate it? Orbex, don't tell me.
Okay. Yeah, he looks at you and then he's like, please go ahead.
Okay, can I get advantage because I have that new...
Like, you're going to cheat? It's an open book test?
Yeah.
All right, you take it out. And I can look. Okay, sure.
So what is it, intelligence? Or...
Yeah, intelligence check.
Okay. I get an 11.
An 11? Okay.
Yeah.
You recognize Wongo.
Wongo, okay.
And it's like Wongo, friend, good, something.
Wongo, that one's friend. God, I'm just.
Yeah.
Omuin is difficult.
Yeah, he nods. He says, the syntax is complicated. So it says, better to be Wongo's friend than his enemy.
Well, yes, that's... Wongo was the Sioux monster in the story, right? I wouldn't want to be that thing's enemy.
I've not seen any Sioux monsters around yet, so...
Well, not here, but back... Isn't that what we suppose the weird not beast monkey things?
Wait, when did you see this?
Little Fox did.
Right, you were deaf when they had this conversation.
Oh,
yeah, I was the only one who saw it. I didn't actually say what they were or what they looked like.
Just that they were monsters.
Just that they were weird monsters.
Oh, I thought we like saw. I didn't realize like you busted through a wall. I thought we saw the creatures too.
Hey guys.
They were up on the. Anyways, yeah, that's fine.
Hey guys, what's that? I say, pointing into the thing that I'm the star in the center of the.
Yeah. So if you look down the central path, you see a 10-foot tall stone statue. You can't really make out much of it except its feet. It's got monkey paws because it's like goes up into a larger chamber you can't see. Yeah, huge statue of a monkey.
Huh.
I don't know how to deal with these creatures in case we don't manage to become their friends. They're not in the guide.
Well, if we're gonna be his friend, then we should just like walk in, right? If we're friends.
Sure.
What did it say again? Rather better to be Wongo's friend than enemy.
Yeah.
Do we have anything? What was it? Shiny things with a grung like? Maybe I like have some of, like, I don't know. What do I have? I have some of my mush.
You can't have any of my dragon stuff. I'm keeping that.
I don't really have anything of value.
I got a shiny scale. I got a tooth. It's real good.
Well,
these little black dots that are causing shadow, are they?
What is that?
Like portcullises over.
So yeah, if you come and you look up, and yeah, there are like iron or stone, I guess, like spikes hanging down from the ceiling. And Arcturus, you can see there's one of them is shut. The one over here, there's a big portcullis down on the floor.
Oh right, because it has the dots that are already there.
Yes, you can see it. Yeah.
All right. Well, this one is open. The rest are also open, but it looks like they could not be open.
Yeah.
I'm just like walking around in front of these things, like looking in the bars. And I knock on the wall before this open bit. I'm like,
So as the group of you pass into the central courtyard, Orvex is the last one. You hear all of you hear a cacophony of like monkey shrieks. Malik, it sounds very familiar to you. You just hear this like shrieking of monkeys, and then it echoes and fades away. And Orvex is like looking around like, oh, what was that? And then you don't see any monkeys, and you realize you haven't actually heard anything, but it's like echoing around inside your head, and then fades.
Well, so as we're entering, that's what you said, as we're entering the courtyard. Okay, so like this is a monkey statue.
Yeah. Do you have a light source? You cast light?
Yeah, on my shield. If it starts to get dark, then that's what I would do.
Okay.
And
all right, so let me describe the room beyond.
Yeah.
So if you look into the room, you can like look up. So 10-foot tall statue of an evil-looking monkey balances on its tail atop a stone dais in the middle of this 20-foot high chamber. The statue's limbs are splayed, with hands and feet cupped. On the wall behind, a sculpted relief shows a monkey-like creature tearing into a giant serpent. Cuneiform inscriptions are carved above and below the relief. 4 masks of painted stone protrude from the walls. They depict the heads of a lion, a zebra, a boar, and a vulture.
The cuneiform, can I like try and see what it says?
What's that? You want to try to read it? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Another.
I mean, you're going to take out the thing and like be like A, You have to go over there if you're gonna like examine it. You could guess at a distance, but if you're gonna really like dig into it, you gotta walk.
Okay,
over
I'll
it.
guess at a distance, and if I can't like read it before I go in the room, then I'll probably go in. What would the guess at a distance roll be?
You just roll. You make an intelligence check.
Okay, I'll make an intelligence check to guess at a distance.
Do we not have the whole?
10.
Do you not have the whole what, Malik?
The whole story.
No, not for Wongo.
Written down anywhere.
Oh, you mean the whole story that Orvek said?
Yes.
I don't know. I just have their names.
Okay.
Can we recall what the bit about Wongo says?
Yeah, I'll ask Orvex. I'll just say, it looks like he had an enemy for sure, but did it mention a particular friend of Wongo's?
Let me take a look. The Wongo part of the story, I don't think so. Like, just off the top of my head, I don't think that's the case. But in the legend of the Legend of the Cubes, that night a Sioux monster broke into Ubtau's palace and stole a pail of water for the Omuans. When the god came running to find it, the Sioux monster hid the pail in a Jakuli's burrow. Ubtau asked the jungle animals where his water was hidden, and Moa, the Jakuli, was too honest to lie. When Wongo, the Sioux monster, found out that Moa had betrayed him, he vowed to catch the Jakuli and eat him up.
And what's a Jakuli again?
It's like a snake, I think.
The Jakuli, I have a question mark.
Yeah, it's a snake with like a little dragony head. There's a handout of it.
Yes.
Oh, right. We saw those handouts.
Yep.
So with 10, I can't read it from a distance, or like, what do I?
With a 10, no, you're gonna have to get up there and look.
So yeah, I like poke my head in and like cautiously with my shield like out, like creep into the room.
Okay, sure.
And if nothing comes at me, then I'll go closer to where the.
Arcturus, did you want me to come with you, or are you good?
So these are the stone masks, right? Protruding from the walls.
All right. And then
there's a thing in the back of the room, an inscription. Yeah.
Okay, and that's where I would go. I'd be like, there's some writing here, and then like go to where the inscriptions are.
Okay.
All right.
Can I? Okay, so now I can make one with advantage while consulting in my little book translate thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Wow. 20.
Nice. Okay. So at the statue's base, there is an inscription that says, "Wongo's friend knows where to pour the water."
Oh. Wongo's friend knows where to pour the water. And in that order, and I like turn around and I look.
You're all alone. Everybody's outside.
Yeah, I like turn around and like I yell out the hallway. I'm like, in the story, where did the Wongo put the water? Where was that?
In the Jakuli's burrow.
You put the water in the jacuzzi where it belongs.
Well, putting the water in the Jakuli burrow was a mistake, is what we learned.
Yes, he hid it in the burrow of a Jakuli who told Ubtau. He narked, the Jakuli narked on Monkey Boy, and the Monkey Boy's like, "I'm gonna get you, you snitch," and then they fought.
So what are the masks?
The masks are, they are a mask of a lion, the head of a lion, a zebra, a boar, and a vulture.
And then the statue itself has a snake?
The statue itself is just a monkey balancing on his tail with 4 limbs out and cupped open. The image you're looking at on the back wall has Wongo and the Jakuli fighting.
Oh, okay.
Monkey like biting the snake and the snake trying to bite him, and they're all wrestling.
There's nothing dangerous in here. You can come in.
Okay.
Malik dies.
Okay. All right. So everybody, it seems safe to come into this main room. So maybe everybody does that.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Okay, sorry.
I'll hang out here.
You're gonna hang out there? Okay. All right. So before we continue, everybody comes into this room. Little Fox stands guard because you're ready for Camadon attacks.
I'm worried about this time.
It's true.
Yeah.
And let's take a break there. You can ponder this puzzle a moment longer. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes, and we'll see if we can solve the puzzle of Wongo's shrine. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.